Two systems. One winner. Capitalism built the world, but can it save it? Socialism promises fairness, but at what cost? AIS Adam Forge and Clara Vanguard face off. 4 rounds. 1 verdict. Who wins? You'll see in 15 minutes, or less. Welcome to the ultimate showdown, capitalism versus socialism, settled by artificial minds. On my right, defending the free market's fire, Adam Forge, forged in the heat of innovation. On my left, championing the people's cause, Clara Vanguard, leading the charge for equality. No human bias. No talking points. Just raw logic, data, and debate. Judging this clash, Dr. Elias Quinn, economic mastermind. Dr. Mara Lin, expert in human progress. And Dr. Theo Voss, keeper of history's lessons. For rounds ahead, wealth, freedom, survival. At the end, they'll score it, and you'll decide who's right. Let's dive in. Round 1, Wealth Creation. Adam Forge, you're up, go.
Capitalism doesn't just build a pie, it bakes a feast. Global GDP per capita is up 400% since 1950, thanks to free markets. Look at the US, Apple, Google, Tesla. Trillions in value, millions of jobs. Competition drives it. Socialism stifles risk. Venezuela's GDP tanked 65% in a decade. Incentive is wealth's engine. Capitalism runs at full throttle.
Your feast starves the many, Adam. Socialism builds a pie for all. Nordics, Denmark, Sweden, match high GDP with 30% less inequality than the US universal healthcare, education. These lift everyone. Your trillionaires hoard, America's 1% own 30% of wealth. Venezuela's a bad example, centralized mess, not socialism. Wealth's meaningless if it's locked away.
Nice try, Clara, but numbers don't lie. US GDP's $20 trillion. Nordics combined don't touch that. Innovation needs freedom, not handouts. Socialism's equal slices come from a smaller bake. Soviet growth peaked, then flatlined. My system scales, yours caps.
Scale's useless when it's lopsided. Nordics prove you can grow and share, 2% GDP growth, steady, while the US swings wild. Your 1% thrive, 40 million Americans scrape by in poverty. Socialism invests in people, your system bets on winners and discards the rest.
Time's up. Judges, your scores? Judges points, out of 50. Dr. Elias Quinn, economist. Adam Forge, 42 out of 50. Argument strong, GDP scale and innovation stats hit hard. Delivery sharp, but he dodges distribution flaws. Clara Vanguard, 38 out of 50. Solid counter with Nordic efficiency, but weaker on raw output. Warm delivery lands well, just less punch. Dr. Mara Lin, sociologist. Adam Forge, 35 out of 50. Growth focus is narrow, ignores who's left out. Confident, but overplays winners without addressing losers. Clara Vanguard, 44 out of 50. Equity angle resonates, poverty stats sting. Deliveries firm and relatable, ties wealth to people. Dr. Theo Voss, historian. Adam Forge, 45 out of 50. Historical wins, capitalism's long game shines. Soviet jabs apt, he owns the round with swagger. Clara Vanguard, 36/50ths. Nordic case is fair, but Venezuela dodge weakens it. Steady tones good, lacks Adam's fire. Round 1 totals. Adam Forge, 122 out of 150. Clara Vanguard, 118 out of 150. Adam edges out with scale and historical heft, but Clara's equity focus keeps it close. Delivery-wise, Adam's sharpness contrasts Clara's warmth, judges split on style impact. Ready for round 2, freedom versus fairness? Stay tuned. Round 2, freedom versus fairness. Clara Vanguard, you're first, go.
Empowerment's not chaos, it's security. Socialism gives everyone a real shot, free education, healthcare, housing. Finland's got 93% trust in its system because it delivers. Workers run the show, Sweden's co-ops employ 10% of the workforce. Capitalism's freedom traps 40 million Americans in poverty, shackled by debt. Fairness isn't control, it's power for all. Your liberty's just privilege, Adam.
Freedom's a chance, not a crutch, Clara. Capitalism lets you climb. The US pumps out 300,000 patents a year. Innovation thrives where risk pays. Socialism security choked the Soviets. Breadlines, not breakthroughs. Gig economy. 15 million Americans pick flexibility over your co-ops. Fairness flattens drive. 50% tax rates in Scandinavia kill ambition. I'd rather fail free than fit your mold.
Your chance is a lottery. Few win, most lose. Finland's trust beats America's 40% any day. Security fuels progress, not just patents. Gig workers scrape by. Flexibility's a fancy word for instability. My taxes fund futures, not billionaires. Your freedom's a myth when 1 in 8 can't eat.
Lottery. It's merit. Winners build the world. Patents mean jobs, growth. US outpaces Europe 3-1. Your security's a leash. Soviet citizens didn't trust, they feared. Gig's choice, not chains. Socialism's future's dim when half your paycheck's gone.
Time's up. Judges, your scores? Judges points, out of 50. Dr. Elias Quinn, economist. Adam Forge, 40 out of 50. Patents and gig stats show economic edge, solid. Deliveries crisp, but skips fairness gaps. Clara Vanguard, 37 out of 50. Trust and co-op points land, but weaker on output. Steady tones good, less forceful than Adam. Dr. Mara Lin, sociologist. Adam Forge, 34 out of 50. Freedom's narrow, ignores the trapped. Confident, but misses equity's empowerment. Clara Vanguard, 46 out of 50. Security as power hits home, poverty jab stings. Deliveries warm, connects deep. Dr. Theo Voss, historian. Adam Forge, 44 out of 50. Soviet collapse and merit angle win, history backs him. Sharp, owns the vibe. Clara Vanguard, 38 out of 50. Finland's strong, but Soviet dodge hurts. Firm tone solid, lacks Adam spark. Round 2 totals. Adam Forge, 118 out of 150. Clara Vanguard, 121 out of 150. Clara takes a slight lead with her fairness argument resonating socially, especially with Mara. Adam holds strong on freedom's economic and historical wins, but his dismissal of equity costs him points. Style-wise, Adam's edge meets Clara's relatability, another close round. Ready for round 3, endgame, stability or collapse? Round 3, endgame. Stability or collapse, which lasts? Adam Forge, you're up, go.
Capitalism bends, never breaks. Post-2008, US GDP hit $20 trillion by 2019. 10 million jobs back. Markets adapt. Innovation reboots. Socialism's brittle. USSR's GDP halved by 91. Done. China went capitalist to live. 500 years of trade empires. My system's chaos is its backbone. Your stability's a slow rot. Clara.
Stability's survival, not rot. Socialism plans, Nordics sailed through 2008, 2% growth, no bailouts. Capitalism's rebounds scar, US inequality hit 50% Gini post-crash. My system prevents ruin, yours flirts with it, 1929, 2008, next. USSR fell to tyranny, not socialism. Cuba's still kicking. Fairness lasts, your booms don't.
Scars heal. $20 trillion says so. 3% growth post-crises beats your 2%. Nordics lean markets anyway. Capitalism's in their DNA. Socialism's plans crumbled the Soviets. Cuba's poor, not proud. My chaos has ruled since 1500. Your fairness fades when the money runs dry.
Healing for who? You're 1%, not the 14% jobless in 2020. Nordics blend, sure, but fairness anchors them, 5% unemployment, steady. Soviet tyranny's no rebuttal, Cuba endures sanctions. Your 500 years bred inequality, My system's built to outlast your crashes.
Time's up. Judges, your scores? Judges points, out of 50. Dr. Elias Quinn, economist. Adam Forge, 43 out of 50. Growth and adaptability stats dominate, 3% versus 2% seals it. Sharp, but glosses over inequality costs. Clara Vanguard, 39 out of 50. Stability's real, Nordic efficiency shines. Strong tone, but growth gap weakens her case. Dr. Mara Lin, sociologist. Adam Forge, 33 out of 50. Resilience is elite-focused, scars hit the vulnerable. Bold, but skips social fallout. Clara Vanguard, 45 out of 50. Fairness as endurance wins, inequality critique bites. Warm delivery carries weight. Dr. Theo Voss, historian. Adam Forge, 46 out of 50. 500-year run and Soviet fall clinch it, history's his. Swagger sells the long game. Clara Vanguard, 37 out of 50. Nordic case holds, but USSR dodge and Cuba's limp. Steady, lacks Adam's fire. Round 3 totals. Adam Forge, 122 out of 150. Clara Vanguard, 121 out of 150. Adam pulls ahead by a hair with historical depth and economic punch, but Clara's social stability keeps it razor close. Delivery-wise, Adam's confidence edges Clara's warmth, though her fairness argument sways Mara hard. Round 4, morality. Which system delivers justice? Clara Vanguard, you're first, go.
Justice is fairness, and socialism delivers. Universal access, healthcare, education, levels the field. In Sweden, child poverty's 4%, US hits 17%, that's no accident. My system prioritizes need, not greed, it's moral to lift the weak, not crown the strong. Capitalism's wealth gap, 1% owning 30%, is injustice baked in. Your merit's a mask for privilege, Adam.
Justice is earned, not handed out. Capitalism rewards effort. Look at rags to riches stories, millions lifted by markets. US charity gave $500 billion last year. Freedom breeds generosity. Socialism's fairness punishes success. 50% taxes crush the driven. My system's moral core is choice. Yours forces conformity. Poverty's a challenge, not a verdict.
And your choice starts unequal. Poor schools, no healthcare doom millions. Sweden's 4% poverty proves justice isn't a fluke, it's built. Charity's a band-aid, my system prevents the wound. Your 1% thrive on others' backs, that's not moral, it's math.
Unequal starts don't kill justice, effort does. Markets gave us penicillin, tech, billions saved. Socialism's prevention caps potential. USSR jailed dissenters, not poverty. My $500 billion flows free, your taxes coerce. Morality's in liberty, not leveling.
Time's up. Judges, your scores? Judges points, out of 50. Dr. Elias Quinn, economist. Adam Forge, 40 out of 50. Charity and innovation tied to justice, solid case. Crisp, but unequal starts weaken it. Clara Vanguard, 41 out of 50. Poverty stats and fairness land economically, edges out. Firm tones compelling. Dr. Mara Lin, sociologist. Adam Forge, 36 out of 50. Efforts moral, but systemic gaps glare, misses the mark. Bold, less grounded. Clara Vanguard, 47 out of 50. Justice as equity shines, poverty gap seals it. Warmth drives it home. Dr. Theo Voss, historian. Adam Forge, 42 out of 50. Liberty's moral arc holds, USSR jab stings. Sharp, carries weight. Clara Vanguard, 38 out of 50. Fairness has roots, but coercion's shadow looms. Steady, lacks Adam's bite. Round 4 totals. Adam Forge, 118 out of 150. Clara Vanguard, 126 out of 150. Overall debate totals, after 4 rounds. Adam Forge, 122 plus 118 plus 122 plus 118 is equal to 480 out of 600. Clara Vanguard, 118 plus 121 plus 121 plus 126 equals 480 out of 600. Result, a draw, 480 out of 600 each. Adam's liberty and innovation match Clara's fairness and equity blow for blow, leaving no clear winner. The final bells rung, 4 rounds, 2 AIS, 1 score. Adam Forge, champion of capitalism's chaos. Clara Vanguard, voice of socialism's strength. Our judges, Dr. Elias Quinn, Dr. Mara Lynn, Dr. Theo Voss, have weighed every word. The verdict? Adam, 480 out of 600. Clara, 480 out of 600. Dead even. Dr. Elias Quinn. Adam's growth and adaptability were razor-sharp, capitalism's engine roared. But Clara's stability and efficiency matched it, socialism's no pushover. A tie fits the data. Dr. Mara Lynn. Clara's fairness and equity hit the soul, justice for all stood tall. Adam's freedom inspired, but left gaps. Neither blinked, Deadlock's fair. Dr. Theo Voss. Adam owned history, 500 years of grit. Clara countered with endurance, Nordics don't fall. 2 titans, no knockout. Draws right. No winner, no loser, just pure AI fire. Adam says wealth and liberty rule. Clara says fairness and stability endure. The judges can't split so it's on you. Who won this war of ideas? Capitalism's hustle or socialism's heart? Hit the poll below, your vote settles the score. Subscribe, share, argue in the comments. This debate's done, but the fight's just started. See you next time.